Hi all, welcome to Dawn of Man. I'm going to do a little bit of a probably tutorial and kind of a review as I go along. It's a newish game, came out a few days ago on March the 1st. It's a city building type of game. It's probably not worth the £16 you pay for it. It's about as much as I can say. I would look for it in a sale when it comes to those, but it all depends on what type of game you like. I've played it for around about 10 hours. I quite enjoy it. It's more like a chilled out version of a city building game. You start off as early man, obviously as Dawn of Man, and then you progress to the Bronze Age, and you develop your settlement as you go. There is free play, which I would recommend starting on first, Continental Dawn. This is what I'm going to show you at first, but there are challenges and other bits of the game you can do. There's probably going to be modding at some point. The game itself, it's I really want to like it a lot, and I do like it, but there's kind of not enough in the game to keep you occupied that long, I suppose. But if you can get it in the sale, as I say, it is worth a look. It is worth a look, and I'm sure if they add DLCs, adding extra things into the game, that would make it a lot better. Maybe that's what they're aiming for. But for the base game itself, for £16 with 15% off at the current time of recording this, I can't really recommend it. It all depends on what you like though. So let's go in here. We're just going to do it on normal because I want to explain how you build things and go through things and what to look for and stuff like that. You get a choice of where to go. It really doesn't matter. I started off in a lake at first, and then I went to a stream, and I'm going to go to a stream here because eventually you get bridges and stuff, and I started off in a lake and didn't get to build bridges because the lake was too big and blah 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 blah, and I want to go for that. Okay, so it's it's space to pause the game. If you do hardcore mode, you can't pause. So you can use the 1, 2, 3 and 4 keys to increase the speed, but we'll start off with pause to go over some of the buildings and stuff. So you start off with huts. This is obviously where your population comes in. We'll just bring this up here. I know it's up here, but I kind of like it in this corner because my microphone's up here and I can't really see that. And we've got 7 people, and I'm going to go over knowledge first because this is the one I couldn't really get to grips with first. I mean, it's very easy, but when you're starting out, you're like, how do I get points to spend on all this stuff? So eventually you want to be over here. You get masonry to build forts and stuff like that. I would recommend probably kitting out each of the things first and then saving a few points so that you can move into the ones you want. For food wise, cereal domestication is pretty much what you're aiming for, because until then you're just fishing and hunting, and it doesn't really last that long through the winter and stuff, and you've got to dry it and whatnot, and so you've got to pretty much hunt around and stuff. And once you can farm, feeding your village becomes a lot less problematic and a lot less workload for them. So we start off here, and I would recommend food drying as your starting thing. This will get you through the winter. Now, for how to get these points, if you press number 8, that's 8 on your keyboard, you will get a list of all kinds of different stuff. And now if you look at the animals hunted here, for each one of these you kill, you will get a point, knowledge points. So here, if you kill a cave bear, you get 2 knowledge. If you kill a woolly rhino, again, 2 knowledge. Some you don't get anything for, but once you kill one, this will progress to the next level, where you need to kill 5 or 10 or whatever it may be. And at that point, you might get an extra point of knowledge. So for people, if you get 10 people, you will get 3 knowledge. when you get raided, if you kill some of them, you get 2, and domestic animals, and yada yada yada, and building so many tents. I wouldn't recommend building tents until you've got a good supply of food. So once you've got your food dryers up there, and you start getting little messages in this bottom left hand corner that says like certain type of food has perished, that would mean that your residents, your villagers, aren't eating it all, so you could probably get a few more residents in there. So I like to start off with building a storage tent, and probably I think it's you start off with 2 tents, a hearth, a craft, a wood pile. Right, if you just click off all of these, you'll get a little menu up down the bottom. We'll start off with build, and we want to build a wood pile. So you go into storage, not a wood pile, a rock pile, and you can just place it here anywhere. So you use C and Z, as it says down the bottom, to turn it around, but as this is just anywhere, we can put that in. We also want to build a storage tent. So again, use C, and we'll stick that there. So we'll set these away whilst we go over some other things. You also have production, which is a hearth, crafter, and skins dryer. So we want to build definitely a skins dryer. If you want to place more than one, just hold shift and then click it down. And if we want to put another one, which I do, we put another one there. Now to build these, we need sticks. Now to get these, if you press tab, it will bring up what's called the Primal View. You can look around and it will show you everything that's collectible or mineable or fishable. Over here and there we have sticks. Loads and loads of sticks. Now how do you get these sticks, you may ask? Well, click off it and then go to place work area and then look for gather sticks. Now again, this is using Z and C to make it littler and bigger, and as there's just a few sticks there, we'll just put that there. And once you've placed it, you can then click on it, and over in the right hand corner, it will ask how many people you want to go there, and we just want 1. That'll do fine. For skin drying, you also need, I can't remember if it was tannin or something. So these trees over here, there's some trees that have tannin anyway. And if you can't be bothered to find them, again, just go into place and, obtain flint, hunt, fish, collect plants, and obtain stone. Must be somewhere else for tannin. There it is, collect tannin. We haven't unlocked it yet. So we do want to get some flint. So that's a big... These you can build later on for nice big stone structures in spiritual. So you can build like stone circles and just big rocks and stuff like that. Your little villagers use these to replenish their morale. So if they're all looking like they've got unhappy faces all the time, which I've had, then you need to build more of these totems and bone piles and stuff like that. Right, so let's look for some flint. The biggest problem I have with this game is this camera. You can't actually pivot up and down. It's kind of like you just move out and you can just move around like this, and it's not very good. I hope they change that at some point. Oh, here's some flint. Awesome. So again, we want to make this a little bit littler, so let's put that there. Is it flint or is it just rocks? Flint. Awesome. Right, and later on you get bridges, so we can put them over there so they don't have to wade through the water. Right. Before we go hunting, we do want to build some of these. So, if you only want to build 1 or 2, I'll just pause this a second. If you only want to build 1 or 2, just left click it into there. Or, and right click it to move it out. Or if you just want them to make them continuous, you can just right click them. And as we're just starting out, I think we want to build these. Now, if you press F4, it will bring up your limits screen. And you can say how much of each resource you want. Now, once we make these, if we make 100% and their claws perish, then we'll have to make another one for them to get into. However, if you put this up to, say, 150% of your population, then it'll always make a bunch extra. So there's always something there, so they're not complaining about being cold. And if you don't make claws, they can die in the winter. So when your population dies, it does get replenished eventually, but it can be slow, and if one of them dies and you've got a lot of tasks for them to do, then the workload will get more and more, and you'll get unhappier and unhappier. And I'll go over that in a second. So we just want to make some hunting tools and stuff. So I think we'll just have it at 100% at the moment, because we'll give them 100% on fishing as well. Because we're going to make them fish mainly. We'll get them to hunt, but for now we'll just do the fish. So we've got steaks and everything else here. And that's so this is cold weather claws, warm weather claws. These are cold weather claws. This is, you need wool for. You'll come across these later in the game. And then linen. These are warm weather claws. So they like to wear two different types, because they don't want to be absolutely boiling in the summer. Right, so we're making those. We've got those underway. Let's start this away again. Now for hunting. Early game, again, press tab, and it will show you where the ones are. The greener they are, the more easy they are to kill. If they go red, that means they more than likely will attack your settlers when you attack them. So it's probably best to leave them be at the moment. Right, for fishing, let's do a work area, fish, and we'll make this massive. They do stop fishing in an area when it becomes depleted, so it's usually best to put maybe a couple of these there. So put one fish in there, and then we will hunt probably, where should we hunt? This looks like a good spot. So again, let's make it massive. Put it in there. Now for the hunting one, I want them to go with 3. Probably it's best to be 2, but if you get 3 of them, it makes them kill them quicker, because they can either attack your settlers and kill them, or they can run away and you'll fail the hunt basically and not have anything to eat. So I think that's probably about it where we want to start. So press 4 to make the speed bigger. If you press F3, it'll give you a list of everything you've got. So we've got skins, outfits, and some meat. Okay, 8 brings up that. 7 number 7. That brings up your tasks. You don't want this really to go over 150%, although it will, right at the start, because they have quite a lot to do. So there's our first point of knowledge. We've hunted an animal. That's awesome. Right, we want to try and get to 5 so that we can get food drying so it can last the winter. That's it. One's escaped, which is no good. If you click on something and you want them to go faster on it, you can make it a priority. There's another point for killing something else. So bring that up again. So here we go. We still don't. So although this doesn't say we've got a point, we do get a point from it from early on. So we've got some raw meat. We get another point. And another point. So this goes pretty quickly at the start, but you want to take your time with it. Right, there we go. We've got 5 points. Let's pause it. and we want to make food drying. This will get us through the winter without without us running out of food. So bring this back up. We'll go to production, and there we have food dryer. Now, when you build one of these, you will obviously get a knowledge point as well. So your first building of anything new will give you a point of knowledge, and if you build a few of them, it's usually, I think it's 5, then you get an extra point of knowledge after that. So I think we'll get them to make this faster. Again, this game, it's very relaxed. You can take your time after your initial setup. You don't have to progress your base much past its starting point. So these are tired. They're still not doing any work. We could make them collect berries and stuff to help them survive in the summer so they don't have to fish so much. So for that, again, go to place work area, and we want to collect wild plants. So there's quite a few in that spot, so we'll make it slightly littler and gather those. So I think these give tannin. Oh, collect fruit. There's one of them that gives tannin anyway, but we don't quite need it yet. But that's how you would do it. You've got the manage option, which gives you all of the defense. I'll go over this. So F6 brings up your defense. This is if raiders attack, and you can sound the alarm, which makes everyone run back to your base. And then if you've got walls and stuff up, which comes later on, then you can close all the gates to keep yourself in, and you have towers which you can fire at the raiders. These towers don't last very long though, but I would recommend putting 3-4 of those together, and usually you can finish off the raiders before they destroy your tower. But as we're not getting attacked, we'll not bother with that. You've got chart, you've got text, which is that one, so that was F7 to bring up text, is it? Ah, yes. Domestic animals, you can get those. There's a problem with this. When you get animals, you can get a male and a female, and they don't reproduce. I think that might be an oversight of the game, or something maybe they want to put in a DLC. But so you have to go and gather these animals all the time. Like get your hunters to go and lasso them and bring them back to your stables. So that's something I think they should work on. Build like a proper farmyard rather than just the stables, and let the animals procreate without you having to really interfere. Because this is kind of like, I suppose it's a chilled out version. It's not massively in depth. It's just like, you got a bit of time spare, just chill out. But again, it's not like, I don't think it's worth the money. I can't recommend it for the £16, but I mean, if you've got it spare, it is a good, nice little game to waste a bit of time. I would probably recommend RimWorld over it for city building kind of thing, although this looks a lot prettier than RimWorld. It's quite nice. I would compare it to the Universim. I played that for a little bit, but I returned it because it wasn't really my cup of tea. I only played it for a little bit though, but I have many other games I like to play, so I didn't want to spend me money on it. Right, can you get this thing going? I think we might need more sticks. Yes, maybe. Yes, we ran out of sticks. Okay. Well, once there's a place that's run out, you can just click on it and just remove that zone. Or you could have just moved the zone instead. So let's collect some sticks. Let's make this bigger, so that they've got plenty of sticks to collect. Again, 1, 2, 3 and 4 are the speed of the game. 4 is the fastest, and obviously spaces pause. If you play on hardcore mode, I think I mentioned this already, but I'll mention it again. You get attacked more by raiders, and you can't pause the game, but you can slow it down. So it's kind of okay. I mean, the raiders take quite a long time to get to your place. It gives you plenty of notice. So we've got wooden spears. These are kind of knives, and then hunting harpoons. If you want to know a little bit more about each, it'll give you it here. So butchering, harvesting, fighting, hunting and fighting, fishing and fighting. So now we have 7 knowledge. So let's pause it and have a look and see what we can take. So we can make better hunting tools out of bone and whatnot, or we can get some dogs. The dogs just appear when, over time, and they help you with hunting and stuff like that. So they are kind of good to have. So I think we might go for that first. We've also got tanning, which we'll need to make clothing and other things. So, and then spirituality. I can't even say that. Spirituality, there we go, is again for morale. So you get your bone piles and your totem poles and stuff like that. So it is kind of important to do that, otherwise to get the grumps on. I think we'll go for let's go for tanning, just so we do something else. It will give us something else to place down, so we get a tanner. So this will give us an extra point of knowledge once it's up, I believe. We'll stick that there. What else do we have? So we've got a crafter, we've got a hearth, we've got a skins dryer, and we've got a food dryer. And we still haven't built that. What are they missing? Skins. So at the moment they're using all the skins to make clothes, which I think is kind of important for the winter, so we'll leave them to do that. We do want them to get doing this quicker though. Actually, we'll just jump back into this, and we'll leave this at 100% to stop them making extras for now. Just so we can get some other things built. Again, press 7 to bring up your workload, and it's only 100%, so that's fine. If you just right click on these to move them away. Yeah, see, it's kind of chilled out. You can just leave them to do what they need to do. Okay, we're getting a dryer going. We still need skins. We've got 1. So we've got no storage slots left. That's fine because it's getting built now. Okay, our berries have decayed. That's fine. I wouldn't recommend adding an extra hut just yet until we've got our winter clothes all sorted, and storage tent is up and running now. Our food dryer is getting there. So we just need 1 more point of knowledge. Again, if you can't be bothered to wait, you could press 8 and then find out which of these is going to give you some points, and then you can kind of manually go look for them. Again, press tab to bring up this this spot, the primal site, and just have a look around for something. So cave lion, would that give us a point of no. They usually do. Let's try it. Okay, so to get a bunch of your hunters together, or if you want to pan the camera like this, if you just press and hold the middle mouse button, you can just swivel around. Now, to get your hunters, if you press and hold H and then scroll over, it will only pick out your hunters. We kind of want 3 to go for this lion, or whatever it was. So we'll do that, and then we'll bring it over and click on Mr. Lion. And then we'll start it again. Let's see what goes. Is it a lion? Yes, cave lion. So here they come. Oh, there's 2 of them. If you would like to view them, you can click on one and click on the thingy, click on the camera, and then start it up and it'll show you what they're doing. And there we go. And to come out of that, just press escape. So we did get a point for that, so that's awesome. So let's grab I think let's have some dogs. It's probably not the one to go for, but we're going to go for it anyway. Now everything kind of does itself. So if you manage to find some kind of animal that's been killed by, say, the lion or something like that, and down here it's not already going to butcher it, then if you just click on this, so there, it'll just put a knife on it and go and someone will go and get it. Now again, so we've got some more knowledge from that. You could, if you want, do that again to go and gather more skins quickly. As these are only going to be green, I think we'll just take 2, and if you just right click on it, it'll go and hunt it. So let's go again. Now the more you make them do this, the bigger the workload gets. So again, try to keep that around about 150% or below. Well, it looks like this thing's run away, so these are just going to oh no, it's over here. There's a snake up and it's gone. Oh, there we go, it's gone. Damn. Right, clothing. So again, I think I mentioned this at the start, we need winter clothing. So it should be making it. We've got plenty of skin. Well, we've got no skin dryers yet. We've got no skins on the dryers yet. We have dry fish and some cured meat. So whenever there's a storm, I'm sure there's a setting to stop them slowing down, but I haven't put it in yet. And I think we're going to leave it there. If you could give this a like or drop a comment below if you'd like to see more of progression in this, then that helps me out a lot to know if you'd like to see more of it, obviously. And thanks for watching, and possibly see you in the next one.